Welcome to Gahanga International Cricket Ground. It's match day 4, game number 7 of this Dafabet Tri-Nation T20 Cup. I'm here with third umpire Makumbi from Uganda and Kevin Irakoze, the standing captain for Team Rwanda today, and Brian Masaba for Team Uganda. Kevin, the home team, is going to flip the coin for the toss. Heads is the call.
It's a tail.
Teddy, please, Kevin, come through, please. First of all, congratulations for standing in today as the captain of Team Rwanda. You won the toss. What are you going to do?
We are going to bowl fast.
Any reason behind that?
It's the team plan and seeing to the weather and the conditions. I think the best choice.
Yesterday, it wasn't a good day in the office for you and your team, losing by 133 runs against Team Uganda here, same wicket. Kevin, tell us more about the approach you're coming into this game.
Thank you. I think yesterday we fell a bit down, but today I think we're going to come back hard again and do the best we do well. Yeah, let's see the game. Thank you.
One more question. We saw yesterday Didier getting himself injured there. Zapi also was injured. Any news about the injuries in the team?
I think Didier, it wasn't that hard. He's recovering, and Zapi is okay now 100%. He's coming back into the game. Yeah, I think we are well and we are going well. Let's see the game.
All the best, Kevin. Captain Brian, come through here. He lost the toss. Would you have thought otherwise?
No, would probably have chosen to bat as well. I think we've been batting really well first up, and would like to have a go again and see how it goes.
Back-to-back wins yesterday, and the best part of yesterday it was Roger Mukasa, Papa, getting back to his beast mode. How proud are you and the whole team for him getting back to the scorecard for Team Uganda?
Yeah, we're very happy for him. He's a big player for us, and it's important for us if he scores runs. Yesterday he looked really good. He was positive, and he just went out there and did the job for the team. So we're hoping he can continue doing that for us in this tournament.
Any changes in today's game?
Kenneth gets a break. Cosmas as well takes a break, and one of the youngsters sits out as well. So we're just trying to give everyone a go and making sure everyone stays fresh.
Well done there. All the best. It's Boba Shilsonga. We'll be back for more action. Thank you.
Match day number 4 underway with game number 7. Roger Mukasa takes a body blow there. First up, it is Rwanda up against Uganda. Part 2. We know what happened in part 1. It's a game between two rivaling brothers. Like I always say, one allegedly the big brother. The other is one that belongs to dine with the men at the same table. Uppercut. Dropped Roger Mukasa, giving them a chance again. He fell without scoring against Rwanda in the first match. Good running catch taken by that man known to keep wickets but was fielding down at fine leg, Didier Ndikibumwana. Inyas, the guilty party this time round. Young, lively PS man. Poorly adjudged that one. Gives a chance to Roger Mukasa. I don't want to give Roger Mukasa many chances. We saw how destructive he can be playing 360 degrees cricket, scoring all over the park, finding boundaries everywhere with the cheeky shots, the power hitting, and the textbook drives. With me in the comms box, I'm with Dennis Musali as Zapipi Menyimana comes through.
Yeah.
Simon Sesazi and Roger Mukasa opening. Good morning, Dennis.
Good morning, Innocent. Should be another thrilling encounter. Rwanda winning the toss and electing to bowl first. Strategy they've stuck to. I thought maybe they would be looking at trying to test their batters against the Uganda's bowling attack, especially in terms of setting a score. But Zappi returning just in time for this particular counter, got injured, but the physio has done a lot of work on his body to make sure it's well repaired. Doesn't seem to be bowling as fast as he was before that injury, but maybe he's just trying to shake it off. Roger Mukasa, fresh from scoring 89 runs yesterday, his first half century in T20 eyes. Nearly went out for another 0 against Rwanda. Was a bit lazy in that shot. If he had gone for it with a lot of power, the ball was there for the hitting. Simon Sesaz has had very good stats so far, but hasn't converted any. Hope today is the day that he can be able to make one of those stats count. Match day number 4, like you mentioned, match number 7. There's still a lot of cricket in this Dafabet East Africa Tri-Nation T20 Cup. Some of the teams are probably going to have their Christmas on the plane innocent, because the cricket is going to happen up to until the 23rd. Soft hands there from Simon. Uganda has come in this tournament with one intention, is to try and play very positive cricket. They've scored at least more than 165 in their previous 4 games. But in that course, they've been losing at least 9 wickets as well. So the wickets go down, but the runs also keep flowing. They got 168 yesterday against Rwanda. Not very fluid. The highest contributor was Simon with 35. So there are runs coming throughout the whole team. Not good connection there from Roger Mukasa. This time trying to play with control. And the ball just gets stuck in the wicket. End of the first over. Not a bad one from Zappi. Only 3 runs given away. And this is the slowest start here by Uganda in a power play. They've been moving at 10 runs every over. But this is the first time they have scored under 10 in the power play. Double-header day for Rwanda, the hosts. They'll be taking on Tanzania in the afternoon. Tanzania somehow have had to play most of their games in the afternoon. Gives them a chance to first hit the pool before they come back here. They've also played a lot of cricket. They stayed back after the Africa qualifiers. Of course, they were one of the 2 teams alongside Nigeria to qualify for the finals in Zimbabwe, in Namibia next year. Kevin Irakoze is the standing captain for Rwanda today. The regular skipper Clinton Rubagumya unavailable due to work-related duties. Shot from Simon. A lot of work to do there for Martin, but he does well to carry it off and keep it to just 1 run. Very good stuff there from Martin. Picks up the ball quickly and puts in the throw very fast to make sure there is no opportunity for a second. The life of an associate cricketer, innocent. While Clinton, I'm sure, is at work, he must be glancing at the live feed to check on his team.
You never concentrate, Dennis, when you are a cricketer and have a game to follow or catch up on, and Clinton being the leader of this ship, it's hard for him to fully focus at work. That's why many times when you play cricket as an associate cricketer, an associate nation, your lives depend on one game. Uganda has been in a couple of those games losing by 1 run, by 1 wicket, and those games meant careers for many of the guys there. It's between either continuing to do work an 8 to 5 job or continuing to do a bit part job for your profession and then turning up after 5 to go and hit the nets. Sports has never been tougher in Africa, but maybe the future will be bright. You never know. Roger Mukasa there surviving a confident, loud appeal for leg before wicket from the lively Inyas Ntiriganya. Roger walking down the wicket and showing that even when you walk down the wicket, you're trying to negate any movement on the ball. You're not just trying to hack it over the park. Sometimes batsmen walk down the wicket and then they play solid, steady cricketing shots.
I think Inyas is one of the bowlers who have really impressed me a lot. I'm surprised they've taken some time to unleash him.
Roger Mukasa clean ball. It was never looking like to go in this match. Going for that lap shot, no connection on it, and Inyas beats him for pace. That is good raw pace from Inyas up front. 4 for 1. Celebration from Inyas there. Beat raise. He's a passion. Never expected to bowl at Roger Mukasa this early.
A beautiful delivery there from Inyas to Roger, going across his wickets, leaving them all exposed. You miss a hit. Roger losing his stumps. Fresh from scoring a 50 yesterday. Won't be for Roger because Uganda has lost their first wicket for just 4 runs.
And in the innings, Dennis, you will never catch me, even as a tailender, playing such a shot, irrespective of the talent or the immense skill set that I have. Give the ball a full face. A new ball, it's oily, any touch on it, it will go running anywhere you hit it and find the gap. Roger Mukasa pays the price, falls to a very good delivery, a straight one that rattles the woodwork right behind him. Two lefties now out there in the middle. A man who scored a half century on his debut for in the T20I is playing against Rwanda. He's here again. Ronald Lutaya. No need for introduction for this man when he plays against Rwanda because he's already has some cult status. More pace from Inyas, lively and spot on, right on the money. Inyas sits under retire. Nothing about each other. If I'm not mistaken, they play for the same club. 159 is what Lutaya scored in the T10 league here. From 4 innings, he averaged 72, Dennis. A man born and bred at the cricket oval, Lutaya, in Chambogo there. So they played out 2 balls, no runs. Slow start for Uganda. 4 runs on board, 1 wicket and 2 overs. I'd love to see more fight from Rwanda. Get Uganda in some sort of trouble. Have them 50 for 8, 80 for 8 maybe. Let's see how Uganda can bowl when they're defending a small total.
Yeah, very true. And I think today Rwanda started so well. They just need to make sure they kill off this game. One of the things that I wanted to see about, I want to see from the Rwandans is having that killer instinct. Oftentimes they've been on top of the game for a couple of overs, and then they just let the opposition get on top of them by taking away that pressure.
This is very wide. Kept traveling further away from the batsman. The control needed here when you're bowling to 2 lefties also. It's an important skill to have. What is a good line to a left-hander is never going to be a good line to a right-hander. And the reverse is true. Good fielding there again. Look at the field setting. Long on is down and mid wicket is there. Martin Akayezu and Eric Nyomugabo at long on and mid wicket respectively. Wilson Nyatanga at that delicate place mid on. Eric Kombimwana at square leg. Good shot from Simon. You don't run after you play like that. Better and a quicker outfield here today, irrespective of the heavy rains that did come down in the city of Kigali last night.
Yeah, and different kind of morning today in Kigali. Innocent. It has always been very gloomy when we come to the ground, a lot of fog, but today the sun is out, and we hope that this relationship goes on throughout the whole day for us to have at least 2 games of cricket.
Another beautiful shot from Simon says, as if piercing through the covers, the gap area there. The chase is on, chase is in vain. Shackles broken in the third over of the match. 2 boundaries coming through it already.
Yeah, back-to-back boundaries there for Simon. And the contrast in these shots that he's not going for power this time. He just decided to make sure he's going for placement rather than power. And this time just caresses the ball past Orikide in cover. Run away for 4. Orikide there picking silver with the ball taking gold. I think this is another thing about Simon's game, that he always used to be about power. But if you saw that inning, the 80 he scored not out against Kenya in Kampala, there was nothing about it that was power. He was always in good control and played with a lot of class. Good comeback there from Zappi. The changes for Team Uganda today: Kenneth Waiswa, Emmanuel Asahia, and Cosmas Cheuta take a break. Bilal Hassan is back into the team. Ball watching there from Mutaya. His partner was interested in the run, but Lutaya had been ball watching. End of the third over. 14 for 1. Frank Nsuvuga and Joseph Baguma, some of the players yet to take a break. The spinners, Henry Senyondo as well. Simon Cesars at the top of the order. But tomorrow is a day off, so the teams can get a much needed break before we come back with the action on Sunday.
Hit over the top, no chance for the young man there. Fielding at mid-off, Wilson Niitanga.
An inch taller there, also Niitanga, would have been in business.
Put Orikide there. Best hands on the park.
Orikide can't field everywhere, Innocent. He's now standing at point. Immediate changes in the field. Kevin removes Emmanuel Sebareme from the slip cordon, adds him to the cover.
Nyas going for Yoka length immediately after seeing that the man's blade is caught fire.
But Nyas has been very, very tidy. And I think he's a very, very big prospect for Rwanda cricket if they look after him. Of course, T20 is a difficult art. But as long as he learns how to vary his length, try and use the crease, and also work with the angles, should be a good find for them. Very good fielding there by Wilson. Wilson saves a lot of runs for Rwanda in that region. He's always willing to throw himself down to cut off any runs. Ronald Lutaya yet to get off the mark, got a 50 on his T20I debut. Ronald Lutaya started as a best ball player at the Chambogo Cricket Oval. before he picked up the cricket bat.
Good bowling there, good lines to retire early on in the innings. The Rwandans, of course, sending a signal to retire. Today, you're not going to have anything easy against us. Retire yet to get off the mark. 4 balls first.
Lutaya will need new hardware because I think his bat has a problem. But Lutaya, because he plays from up, sometimes he looks like he's trying to dig out the balls.
The handle is shaky. Signals to the dugout. Please help me find another piece of timber. I hope he has men in his kit bag. He could be asking for a teammate who is not willing to give him his. These bats are expensive, Dennis. $500 plus for you to get a real nice plaque of wood to play cricket with.
I think it's all for the good cause. I'm sure a teammate will be willing to offer him their blade. Lutaya has a lot of teammates from Aziz Damani, so I'm sure any of them will be willing to help him with the bat. The challenge is, especially if you bat and you're used to particular furniture, sometimes you don't feel very comfortable when you get another bat.
He gets a new piece of wood, and that piece of wood says, please get off the mark already. Finest of edges on it. So end of the over there. 23 for 1 in 4. Uganda struggling to get the gears going. Looks like today they deployed a huge truck, a Sino truck, diesel engine, yet to get started properly.
Lutaya there putting his head up, trying to hit it over the top. Gets a healthy inside edge that runs away for 4. Martin Akayazu into the attack now to replace Zapi from the pavilion end. Martin also running out of the classroom to be available for this tournament. He's been writing his exams. Starts off with a short one, tucked away there by Simon Sesazi behind for a boundary.
Consistency will be key for Rwanda going forward here. They started very well, Dennis, denying Uganda the early runs. But Martin Akayezu comes into the attack. Nothing ball that will ever hurt Simon Sesazi. He gets the clippers out of the bag. Clips that one very fine to fine leg.
Much better delivery there from Martin Akayazu.
No run, no connection. Very well bowled by Martin. Extras they are being given to Uganda early in the power play here. Hit over the top. Simon trusts his hands. He throws his hands to that one. Good hand-eye coordination. 2 boundaries being licked in the over by Martin. A lot of morale going on in the park. Good running between the wickets there. Looked at each other, Simon and Lutaya. They set off quickly, able to come through. Of course, Uganda are not playing with the same intensity. The last 4 matches here, they will take all the rest they need. They know they're going to have a rest in the afternoon. No match for them. It's Rwanda's double-header day, and then they have a rest day tomorrow, Saturday, to cool off. Maybe take a dip at the Olympic side swimming pool in Nyamata. No sweet connection on that one, but he guides it in a vacant region. Where they run through for 1 and end the 5th over. Uganda moving at just over 6 per over. 34 for 1 after 5 overs. We have another over left in the power play. And as we head into the power play, allow me welcome former Rwanda captain, a man who knows a thing or two about Uganda and Rwanda, Bob Bashil Songa. Welcome to the comms box, Bob.
Thank you, Innocent. Morning, Innocent.
Morning. I'm very super fine. I feel like it's a nice Friday. Thank God it's a Friday. TGIF.
To the block.
Again, finding the gap there. That the chase is on. Good fielding at the end. Good clean-up job. Thrown out very good, but there is protection from everybody, including the keeper, Oscar Manishimwe and Orochide. Bob, yesterday you went a wall. Where were you? People were missing you here.
I had to go check on the dentist. I wasn't feeling good, Innocent, but I'm glad I'm here today, doing very well.
Hits it high up in the air. Who wants it? Nobody will catch that because it's over the infield. Chase is on. Good fielding, good stop from Emma Sevareme. But when you talk about dentists back at home, people think else. But well done. Is that tooth out already?
Not really. Got some cure that allowed me to be back here in the comms box, Innocent. As we see there, Inyasi, the youngster there, being given the 3rd over. Not sure why Kevin Irakoze, the standing captain, gave him the 3rd over there. Oh, beautiful.
He answers you immediately. He says, Captain wants me to be bowling through my overs because I can pick wickets. 2 wickets to Inyasi's name. He's a man on fire today. Impeccable figures for young Inyasi. 2 for 14. Lutaya, 50 against Rwanda on his debut. Nothing for him today, really. He struggled to get going. And that ball right in the spot cleans up nicely. Off stumper is disturbed.
Lovely in swinger there, Innocent, from Inyasi, who complies straight away to his captain, telling his captain that even the 4th over I can go for it. Very good to see this young man here. Earlier he took the wicket of Roger Mukasa, who earlier this year, Inyasi, the young man, begged for his picture, and today he gets him out. What a day he's having, Inyasi Nirenganya.
What a break there. Good camaraderie going on between the two teams. 12th man for Rwanda, Ivan Mitali, is happy to give Simon Sesazi a gulp of water. Cyrus Kakuru walks in, reminded by the team manager there of Uganda that this is a gentleman's game. Please tuck in. The future of Uganda right there in the middle. Cyrus Kakuru, of course, in the squad because Fred Achela, main keeper, is croaked, but Kakuru can play really good cricket. Handy with the gloves, handy with the bat. But he's got work to do against Inyasi, who has proved that his pace is actually very good and can disturb many a batsman. 2 wickets of clean board means those are 2 balls that are in the volley region that could have been hit away anywhere. Kakuru comes, Kakuru goes for a boundary first up. Orochide looks at everyone else, says, was it mine? No, it wasn't. Don't call out my name. I'm innocent.
Not a good delivery there after picking a wicket of Rutaya. He comes with an outside full pitched ball there to a new batsman. No protection in the deep. And Kakuru says thank you, Inyasi. What a way to get off the mark.
Yes, he gets off the mark and it's one that is in the zone for him to hit. And is that type of bowler, Inyasi. When he plays more games and more games, he'll know that sometimes pace is not that matters. He has to vary your lines because it looks like he's pitching it up nicely and he says these Ugandans want to go after the bowling. So if I pitch up, I'll get them out bowled. But if you find a batsman who is middling the ball very well, it will be very hard to bowl them out. So let him go back, mix it up well with the 3/4 line and the full ones. Another fully pitched up delivery like you've seen there. Straight to the fielder. And when you're young, you're allowed to do many mistakes because the more exposure you get, the more experience you pick up along the way, and it's all priceless because at the end of the day, you leak some runs, you pick up wickets another day, and it's all merry-go-round. 42 for 2 after 6 overs. I beg your pardon, it's 43 for 2 after 6 overs. Power play is gone, Bob. How does Rwanda pick it up from here? Or let me ask you a tougher one. How should Uganda go about their innings now that they've lost the 2 men who have scored their half centuries for them in this tournament? Roger Mukasa 89 yesterday from 62, and Cyrus Kakuru, that man, 68 from 70 from 40. So who is the hero in Uganda's batting lineup today?
I believe Kakuru here. We've seen in the previous games Uganda struggling with their middle order, not contributing a lot for the team. This is where if he has to cement his number in the side, he has to play a crucial part in this. As we see Simon Sesazi, who is on 25 of 18 deliveries, taking his time today. Short ball there, wide call by the umpire there. Simon Sesazi, who is trying to play sensibly this time round, trying to see if he can convert his 30s into the big ones here, as well as Kakuru Cyrus. Here he has to take his time. He knows he has 2 golden ducks so far. This is where he has to go big, try and create a partnership with Simon there. Up in the air, catches the call, Zapi under it, catch is taken. Lovely piece of bowling here from Martin. Good field placement by the captain, Kevin Irakoze. And Kakuru Cyrus again goes without damaging the scorers. You can see there on the screen, he's livid with himself. He knew and he knows he can do much better.
Kakuru guilty of playing too many shots up front. He's been scoring lots of runs back in the national trials back at home. But again, the ball there in the zone, he goes for the up drive, no power behind that bat. He saw the fielder was out of the park. If the field had been in, yes, but unwise shot there to find Kakuru playing at the particular moment in the game. Stays in the tournament, no runs for him whatsoever. Kakuru is playing for the opposition for now because he's also keeping everybody else interested in that wicket keeper's number, interested, especially with the bat. He will have to do a lot more with more games to be played. 7 for Uganda after today. Hopefully coach can give him another 5 from those 7.
Very good there, Innocent. When you look at that wicket, very good thinking by Zapi, not staying at the ropes there, moving just 5 steps in front of the rope, making it much easier for him to take that catch comfortably. This is another batsman coming in, Pascal Mulungi. Also, same thing, Innocent here. Middle order batting for Team Uganda hasn't contributed that much.
Like I said, Uganda today need a hero somewhere, someone to get the runs going. Pascal Mulungi, captain of the Baby Cricket Cranes, the under-19 side, getting graduated as soon as he leaves senior 6, getting graduated to play into the senior team. He's got work to do. The pace of Akayezu bowls some quite heavy balls. A good bumper ball right on cue. Overboard Martin.
You can see there, Innocent, the pressure is on. That was too short there, but we all know he just lost the wicket of Kakuru. He's just taking his time in. He knows if he stays in, he will get more of those ones and he will put them away.
Given a chance to bat up at number 5, that's responsibility on Pascal. Pascal is a guy who loves to play his shots, but he comes in with Uganda in some sort of trouble. Call it a spot of bother rather than trouble, because they're in an unfamiliar condition for the first time in this tournament. 44 for 3. Uganda normally has 70 runs around this time, be it playing against Tanzania or Rwanda.
Another short one there, left alone again, Innocent. And that brought us to the end of the 7th over. 44 runs on board, 3 wickets. Very proud of this young man, the standing captain, Kevin Irakoze. Very good that he's rotating his ball as well. Good to see Martin again getting his line back. He's been struggling in the previous games, trying a lot. But as we just saw in that previous over, just giving away only 1 run and a wicket. Good comeback here. Kevin Irakoze as well has to capitalize and try and get the run rate under 6 from here moving forward, as we see the introduction of Sebareme coming in from the pavilion and from the banana plantation and I beg your pardon. Can he break the inform Simon Sesazi, who's still unbeaten on 25 of 18 deliveries? Sebareme has opted to go with deep square leg, deep mid wicket, long on, long off, deep extra cover. Those are the fielders outside the ring. And the sleeping place, Eric Dusingizimana starts with a full ball. Lovely piece of delivery there, tempting Simon to go over the infield. He knows he has protection there in the deep. Swept again, swept to the captain, outshot fine leg. Good field placement here from Kevin and his team. Not giving away free runs. Short ball, cuts away straight to the field that covers Martin, who throws a direct throw to the keeper. Pressure climbing in the Ugandan dugout here. The run rate is at 6. Full ball, play to long on for a single. Giving strike to Pascal. Very good bowling here from Emmanuel Sebareme. I must say here, Team Rwanda has learnt a thing or two in their team meeting last night. We all know Uganda at this stage of the innings, they're always looking to go over 10 runs and over. But today, the current run rate looks at 5.8. I must say here, Innocent, Rwanda has won the first 7 overs of the game.
Rightfully so. Right on cue, Bob. Sebareme will be bowling to Pascal for the first time. Pascal likes to play the sweep shot. He's yet to get off the mark. Played 5 deliveries from Martin Akayezu's over. Immediately dashes down the wicket, is up to the challenge and is off the mark.
Very good use of the feet from Pascal. He was still on 0, but he wasn't shy of charging down the wicket. Something that I've noticed in the Rwandan batters here. The batsmen are scared of charging down, playing, coming down the pitch. Soft hands there, yes is the call. And they get there comfortably. Tidy over there from Emmanuel, just giving away only 3 runs. Very good bowling here. Can we see the introduction of the captain himself?
47 for 3 after 8 overs, Bob. Uganda's run rate falling way below par. They're moving at 5.88 per over. First time they're playing at this run rate.
I'm sure Lawrence there, the captain, the coach, sorry, he's not impressed with the way the scoreboard is reading at the moment. Remember, before the tournament, he's talked about aggression cricket here, aggressive cricket, which we saw in the previous games. But today, Rwanda, I must say here, they're on top. Can they utilize these opportunities and get more wickets and create more pressure?
Kevin Kabare, Irako's standing captain. He's captained the team before, 3 times before today. Today is his 4th time to captain this Rwandan side. Let's see what he has to do.
And at the toss there, he told us he has never won a game as a captain. Can this be the game he wins for Rwanda? Loud appeal there. Umpire not interested. That looked like it was missing leg plus the height.
I think just the height. The pitch was good. Let's see this replay. Look at the ball they are coming through. Yes, yes, the height was nice. The height was a little high and looked like it was going further down. Hit straight here. The chase is on. Inyas will play second fiddle in the chase. Hit very straight, very fine. Ugandans, of course, here taking their time to engage gears because they find themselves with 3 wickets down and no runs whatsoever on the board. The 50 comes up for Uganda finally in the 9th over. But you very well know, Bob, that Simon Cesar is saying, let me remove the killer instinct button of the remote because I've got to work out an innings here that can keep my team in safe zones.
Absolutely. We all know he can change gears at any time. Lovely delivery there. Full
Smart
pitch there. Driven straight to Zapi at long off.
And smart cricket here. Very wise thing to be done. You get the boundary, you get off strike.
Something I've noticed here, Martin, Innocent. Cesazi facing, putting Inyasi. He's a left-handed person, born left-handed. Short ball outside off, cut powerfully. There's protection. Inyasi there in the deep. They only take one. Back up is the call. Good throw from young Inyasi. When you look at that boundary, Innocent, if Martin was on that side of Inyasi, remember he's a right-handed, it would have been very easy for him to collect that.
More runs there for Uganda. They get the boundary and then they get the singles column going as well. 3 singles after the boundary. Because Pascal not happy with himself there, trying to pierce the gap. He wanted to hit it straight to Martin Akayezu for a single. But it's the end of another good over from Rwanda. Yes, Iraq was the Mr. Captain. Today goes for 7 runs, but it's tidy. 9 overs played here, 54 for 3. Sleep is in place. Big boy Eric Nusingzman has been quiet today. Not the usual Eric that we know. Stands there in sleep. Hopefully can hold on to one there. Big hit, chance for catch. No, it won't carry, but there is a protection in the deep. Cut off to just one. Of course, Simon here being the wiser of the two parties, not going for power, just going for placement.
Eric telling Neo that he's coming, he's coming.
He's told them that he's coming, and well, he's gone well above them. You can't set a fielder for 6 runs. Good straight hit down the ground from young Pasco Murungi.
Very good use of the feet by the young man there. Calls straight over long off. And that's a very big 6. Very good timing there in the end. Zapia the boundary can only watch the ball sail over him.
Information there coming through. You can see Cosmas Chauta, the messenger. Of course, the boss, Lawrence Matlane.
I believe the message is clear. Hit out or get out. Lawrence, he's not happy at the moment.
I beg to differ from you, Bob. I think the message is please play another 5 overs. We can score 70 in the last 5. Because they need to stay there, build an innings of sorts, get a partnership going. The partnership puts the other team on the back foot. You get another 40 runs in the next 5 overs. Uganda will have 100 in 14. Then the last 6 overs, they'll be believing that that's a bonus because Rwanda has not scored more than 100 against Uganda. I think that's the school of thought coming through. But you may not be far from the truth as well.
Absolutely true there. We all know batting is all about partnerships. If these two can get a partnership of themselves there and for the team, it will be very interestingly in the end. As we know, Uganda bats very deep. When you see someone like Franco coming in at number 9, you know, this team bats really deep.
Quick water break there taken by all the teams, by both teams. New nut out there. Emmanuel Sebareme to continue bowling.
They're asking the captain if he has checked the ball.
All is well that ends well. Emmanuel Sebareme will continue. That is straight in the middle. New ball picks a wicket. Baguma trapped with one that kept very, very low.
There, when you looked at Sebareme, he didn't seem to be happy with the change of ball, but it does the trick for him as he gets rid of Pascal, who's looking to be aggressive at the moment. Very good bowling here from Sevareme, not giving away. With it again. Being beaten on the back foot there. Nothing short there. Plumb it is.
Very easy call here for Olivier Ntangishaka, the 26-year-old Rwandan umpire, standing in this one. Miyagi comes out with the hat. And Miyagi, when he comes out with the hat, you know what to expect. He won't be taking too much time out there in the middle to
This is why
nudge around.
Innocent, this is why you'd love to see Kevin standing up and giving Zappi another over or one of his quicks.
Very well said, Bob. I like the situation that Rwanda and Uganda find themselves in. Get Uganda in a tangle of sorts. Pull them out for 100. Let Rwanda come and go gang-ho after the 100. Right now, 100 looks like will be a good score for Uganda to get. 61 for 4.
Last ball coming.
Power from Miyagi. Businessman always off the mark immediately. No time to look around. It's the end of the 10th over. Very, very good over from that man, Emmanuel Sebareme, bringing all that experience from South Africa, where he's based. 62 for 4 after 10.
Miyagi Chuma keeps strike as we see Kevin Irakos, the standing captain, coming in to bowl his second over of his spell. Can he get rid of the dangerous Miyagi, who strikes the ball over 200? He enjoys going for the big sixes. Long levers batsman he is, Miyagi.
Simon still there on one end. Miyagi's long hand already at work, running very hard. Just the one hand. Zap your need.
Very good that Kevin is taking his time setting the right field. We all know this left-hand, right-hand combination can be at some stage tiresome for the fielders and the bowlers and the captain as well. Full ball again, swept.
Swept very fine. Sebareme chases. He does a very good cleaning up job right there in front of the advertising boards. Just the 2 runs to the total.
That was a bad delivery from the captain. He gets lucky to get away with that. Full ball there. 2 is the call there. Martin charges in hard. Run out chance. Lovely fielding from young Martin there. Making these 2 batsmen know that he's very agile there in the field and very alert. You don't want to take on his arm. Very good fielder is Martin. Covering a lot of ground there.
Flight on that one. Hit while it's dipping in on him. Continues to rotate the strike. Juma Miyagi. Wise thing to be done there. Signs of the wicket keeping low from the previous overboard by Sebareme.
We had Kevin at the toss there saying he wants to use the conditions as well as they're doing at the moment. Swept again. There's a fielder there. Sebareme runs in. Good throw there in the end.
Oscar looking sharp behind the wickets there too. I like what I'm seeing today with the sun out here. Indeed, it's a Friday. Not every day is like a Friday.
Not every day we get this sun here at Gahanga International Cricket Ground. Last ball coming in the over. Drops it short in the air. 2 is the call again. Martin is there for the chase. And the misfield that gives them another single, which makes it 2 runs.
He's done very well, Martin, to apologize quickly to his teammates. Yes, he's not a superman. He can do some fault sometimes. 11 overs gone. Uganda are 70 for 4. Interesting. The rule in cricket, they say when you get to 70 for 4, sometimes you can double the score that you have from 70 for 4. That should be the ideal batting card. So 70 for 4 means maybe Uganda can get to 140.
Which is not bad for Team Rwanda. We've seen them score 100 before against the same opposition here.
But it's all about Rwanda right now, Bob.
I believe so.
Can't take away anything from them.
I believe so
You
here.
have all the flowers and the roses that are out there here in Gahanga.
Absolutely right there. They've done the little things right at the moment. This is what they have to do. As we had Clinton, the captain, yesterday saying, they are losing these games because other teams are very good to analyze their weaknesses. I believe the meeting Team Rwanda had last night, it went for almost an hour, but you can see they've really analyzed the batsmen as so far. Good stuff there from Sewareme. That looked like was traveling, and he gets to get his fingers down on the ball on time. He might have saved his team a couple of runs there. As we see Juma Miyagi, who is still on 5 off 4 deliveries. We know he can change gears anytime. Can Sewareme give them another breakthrough here? Can he get the big fish here, Juma Miyagi? Drops it short in the air.
Unlucky there. And then there's a misfield again. Akayezu there. Not what you want to see. Eric Duxingzimana parries it further out. Akayezu runs quickly and stops it.
Again, Innocent, that was half a chance there for Team Rwanda. Keep creating those chances, Sewareme. You never know, you might get a wicket. Short ball in the air again. It falls in no man's land again.
Falls very, very short there.
2 in 2 half chances here for Juma Miyagi. Can see Juma Miyagi straight away is begging to be taken out, but the fielders are not responding to him. Very good bowling here from Sewareme. Simon Sesazi still unbeaten on 39 of 34 deliveries, playing more of an ODI innings here. Soft hands there. Django is the call, which is calm.
Well done, Bob. Still remember all your Uganda.
Loud and clear. Yeah, they're Innocent Django. I believe even the boys there in the middle, they know the meaning of that. Simon taking his time here. He jumps to 40 runs now of 35 deliveries. Full ball there. Catch is the call again. Catch taken, Innocent. As I said earlier, Juma Miyagi was begging to being taken out, and he does exactly what Rwanda needs at the moment. He gives a dolly catch to the fielder Kubimana Eric there at long off. Easy catch down the throat. Sewareme gets another wicket. He breaks this partnership.
Miyagi, no danger whatsoever. Juma Miyagi falls for 8 runs from 7 balls. He has a long chat with Simon Sesazi, who is quickly anxious to tell him off. He says, we're here for a mission. We're only starting to be innings. What did we talk about in the previous over? And what did we say we're going to go about it? Because there are still 9 overs to be played in this match. And then you come out playing a shot like this. Miyagi is pleading with him, saying that the shot was on. I was going to go, but says where you hit it is not even 50 yards. So what are you talking about? So Miyagi will walk away very disappointed with himself. Sometimes you have to play smart cricket. You cannot be going boom, boom, boom right now with Rwanda right on top of proceedings.
Very impressed with the way Simon has taken the matter into his hands. He's on 40 still, unbeaten on with 35 delivery. He knows he can go big, Innocent, but he's just taking time. He knows if he stays there till the end, he knows the damage he can cause. That's why you saw him. He was very disappointed with Juma Miyaji, telling him, I can hit, but I'm not going for the big ones because I've read the wicket. The wicket is slowing down. Some balls are keeping low. Take your time. Hit on the ground. But Juma Miyaji says, I think otherwise. I have to go big. As we see the introduction of the captain, Brian Masawa, at the crease there. Last ball coming from Sebareme, who is looking to be very dangerous at the moment. Not giving away room to the batsman here.
Captain off the mark immediately as we come to the end of the 12th over. 76 for 5. Rwanda on top, Bob.
If someone took a screenshot of this screen at the moment, they would say straight away Rwanda has won this one, Innocent. Very good comeback by Team Rwanda. Absolutely a very good comeback here. As we see another introduction in bowling here is the young Kuvgimana Eric, who normally bowls the new cherry here. He comes into bowl the 13th over after taking that superb cut there at the boundary to get rid of Juma Miyaji. He comes to bowl his first over and the first one in this tournament so far. This is his first game. Can he make good use of it? Coming into ball from the pavilion end.
Eric Kumbimwana comes into the attack here with Uganda in trouble, whichever way you look at it. They've come in here, lost wicket. Simon's held fort and is angry with that they're coming and going while he stays there fighting. But here is the captain. What can he do?
Left alone there by captain. As you just said, very good to see Rwandans taking advantage and getting wickets on the other end. Letting Simon stay in there and making sure they get the other batsmen on the other end. Very good thinking by Team Rwanda and the captain, Kevin Irakoze. Wide is called again. Trying too much earlier in his first over is Eric Ugimana. He just bowled the first good delivery there, left alone by Brian. Keep it there. Keep bowling the same line. Top of off, 3/4 line. Don't give him room. Force him to play fancy shots. Another wide.
I tell you, in low-scoring matches like this one, I envisage it will be a very low-scoring match. Those wides could make the difference. If Uganda go away and win by 5 runs, could be the 5 extras that Rwanda did give them. You don't want to give out many extras here. Pitch up. The batsmen are under pressure. Pitch up to them. Let them play every delivery. Keep asking the big questions. Good ball. Feather ball.
That's the line, Innocent. Hit top of off. That's the line you have to bowl, young man, there. Again, Innocent. The middle order batting of Team Uganda hasn't contributed enough for their team. Something they have to work on moving forward. Good ball there. No run again. Good comeback after giving away 2 extras. You can see there on your screen the captain is happy, telling his bowler, keep going, young man. It's a long way to go.
Masaba goes for the flick. Where there is no man, there is no cover. A packed offside. He goes on the onside. He gets a relief boundary for Uganda.
Easy pickings there from Brian Masawa. He loves that area. He loves the balls that come to his pads. Very good wrist player he is, Brian Masawa.
Keep bowling it outside off stump to Brian. There is some pressure on. And Brian is looking like him. He's already missed 2 balls from outside the off stump. And he misses another with a big booming drive to nowhere.
Lovely comeback after that boundary there. Keep it there. Let him go over the covers. We've seen already Rwanda. The fielders at the boundaries, they're yet to drop a single catch in this game. Let him go over the infielders and try and clear the fielders at the boundary.
Chance for a catch. Orchide, that one will go down in the books as a dropped chance from Orchide. And then the fielding right down at the ropes is very abysmal from Zapi Bimenyimana for the first time. But we know Zapi is not 100% fit. But nobody knows that when you take the field of play, you've got to put your body on the line. What looked like a very good over with Brian playing and missing will end up as a very good one for Uganda. 86 for 5 after 13. You don't want to be where Rwanda is currently now, because they've given an over of not just 8 runs, but with 2 wides, 10 runs and over going on from here. They will have taken the pressure off Uganda. Simon Cesars into the 40s, still scoring at more than 100 runs percent.
Not happy there in that previous delivery by Orchide. This is where these senior players in the side, they have to support the youngsters coming in. Drop catch, and then it ends up being a boundary, and Eric Kubimana, the youngster, ends up giving away 10 runs in his first over. Remember, this is his first game. This is where you have to support the youngsters. Throw your body after everything. As we see the introduction of before this tournament, he was a part-timer. By the looks of the way he's been bowling, he turns out to be the 3rd spinner in the team here. It's Eric Niomugabo.
Starts with a short one. Simon Sesazi not taking any chances here. He doesn't want to lose his captain to run out. That's the wisest of things. Tells the captain, please stay back. I'm not even moving an inch, even if you're coming all the way through down. A half tracker from Eric Nyomugabo, the previous ball. This one is a better ball, fuller. And Simon Cesar is not able to get back onto it. Kevin Irakoze and Emmanuel Sebade made in places where that ball could have gone. Simon goes, he goes very big, he goes very straight as a ruler. That will be 6 for Uganda. That's the problem when you bring in a part-timer, Bob. He needs to get hitting his lines already, but Eric looks like he didn't know he was going to bowl today. He looks like he's not warmed up. Starts with a half tracker, a fuller one, and then a little shimmy down the wicket. Simon saying, this guy is not one of the best I've faced. Let me take him on and see what happens. And Uganda are going to be taking their chances here. They know they haven't batted very well, but they know they can recover because there are many overs to be played. There will be 36 balls after this over.
As I said earlier, this is where the captain, the stand-in Kevin Irakoze, has to play a very big part if they are to register their first win against Uganda and the first win in this Dafabet Tri-Nation T20 Cup. This is where, if you are strangling a team like Uganda, don't let go. Keep strangling them. As we saw that shot, that was an aggressive shot from Simon, charging down the ground, and he jumped to 46 off just 48 deliveries. 1 shot away to register his first half century in this Tri-Nation T20 Cup. As I said earlier, we all know the way he can change easily his gears. As we see the projected score climbing at 136 at the moment. Flighted delivery there.
Simon hits it right through the covers there. The chase is on from Zappi. Zappi does very well to stop it within the ropes. Cuts off a certain 2 runs there.
Very good shot there. Caressed through covers there by Simon. Eric again still struggling to pitch the ball up. So far has ball 3 full tosses in this over. Captain telling Neo to turn the ball.
Good fielding there from Emmanuel Sebarim. A good stop running through, going round the ball, and chipping in a quick throw. No fly zone.
Very good fielder. He is very agile in the field. You don't want to take him on in the 30 yard there for those quick singles. Drops short.
Short ball there. Simon's worked very hard for Uganda today. He's had to share words with some of the younger batters he's played with, because Simon may be just 26, the birthday boy, of course, Simon. But he's been telling very good advice, very essential stuff to people like Pascal Murungi, Juma Miyagi. The way they've batted today betrays what they would like to do for their country for years to come.
Absolutely right there. As we see Kevin giving the ball again to the young man, Kubgimana, who went for 10 runs in the previous over. Not sure why Kevin is not bringing himself in to ball to the left-handed Simon Sesazi to see if he can break this partnership, which looks to be aggressive at the moment. Taking their time to set the right field for the young man, Eric.
Little touch and go from Simon Sesazi. There's a throw from Orochide, but Simon Sesazi has really earned his 50 today. His first half century in the tournament. He's been getting starts and not converting them.
As our partner here in the comms box, Dennis Musali, said earlier, can he convert his 20s and 30s into the 50s, or even getting himself a century here? He's doing exactly the same, registering his first half century so far, of 42 deliveries, playing an ODI innings so far here. But we all know he can go for the biggies too. Guided well to third man there for a single from his captain. Very good rotation of strike from these two here. This is where Kevin has to create a wicket here. Put pressure on the batsman. Throw in a fielder for Brian there in the gully. Don't let him play those guided shots to third man there.
Eric on the job. Not a very good first over because of a few extras there. Enrique on it there. Uganda happy to take the extra there.
Very many runs so far going through that region of Gully. Very good to see this young man beating the outside edge of a class batsman like Simon Sesazi. I believe as a young bowler he will be very happy. Oh no, again Innocent. As I said, they're not supporting the youngster here. You could see he's not happy at all. That was a lovely delivery there, but goes for 2 runs.
The leading run scorer there for Uganda. Simon Cesar is still fighting it out there in the middle. The touch and go there from the two Ugandan batters as Uganda get to the 100 runs there. 100 up for Uganda. A couple of balls left in the over, just one ball. $101 to be exact. Sesazi on strike. A big booming drive there for Simon Sesazi. They won't take any more risks. It is the end of the 15 overs here. 102 for 5. Dennis, allow me welcome you into the comms box, and I welcome you back into the comms box just soon after Simon Sesazi scores his half century. I tell you what, Ugandans will be clapping very hard for that man wearing shirt 24, who calls himself the alliance boss, jab, whatsoever he likes to call himself. He is indeed the boss of Ugandan cricket when it comes to T20. He's reached 1,000 T20I career runs.
1,000 Simon has been in some form for the last 2 years for Uganda, for the last 3 years. And today, for me, I'm happy because he's made that form count. He has had stats in all the games that Uganda has played, but he hasn't been able to make them count. Today, he's been the one to stand tall. Yesterday, we saw Roger doing that for the team. And I think Uganda, each with the way they want to play, they will need someone to always stand up for them, put their hand up, and make sure that they make the start count. And it's very good to see. Very, very uncharacteristic knock from him, 52 or 44. He's usually more explosive than that. But today he knows he understands the assignment that he has to dig in and bat for as long as possible.
He gets that 1,000 run Simon, but Brian Masaba goes down south. He just get the one. I beg your pardon, that was Simon Sesazi. And I tell you more so about Simon Sesazi, Dennis. That half century today helps him get over 500 runs in this calendar year. So it tells you that COVID was a blessing in disguise for Simon Sesazi. Well, it hurt many, we lost so many loved ones, but Simon Sesazi got his groove back.
Yeah, he's been phenomenal. Of course, made his debut for the team in 2017 in Malaysia. Terrible debut for him. Everyone thought that was the end of it for him. But since the arrival of Lawrence Mahatlani, he's totally been a different player. And it's good to see that he's been able to... Oh, Kevin takes his eye off the ball and it totally goes through him. The captain guilty of making the cardinal sin of taking the eye off the ball. Picked up the grass there, Kevin.
Scott enjoying to watch the batsmen run through for a quick single. Instead, he gives them a second.
Yeah, that's what happens if the batters are running aggressively. So you're caught in two minds. You're trying to make sure you pick up the ball cleanly to prevent them from taking a second. But ultimately, they get a third, fortunate one. Oof, Orikide doesn't realize there's no one behind him. Should have put in a better effort to make sure he just keeps it to one. Innocent, I've noticed Orikide for the most of the game, he will only field in that area. I've never seen him fielding elsewhere.
He's still standing at point, fly point. That's where good fielders stand, Dennis. At point.
Most definitely the best in the world, Jonty Rhodes. Brian Masaba trying to be innovative. He fell to that same shot yesterday. But that's a scoring option because the fine leg is up. It's very good to see. I like this from Uganda because they are willing to take risks. They are 5 wickets down. But you would say literally that they are not taking the foot off the gas even if they are in the corners.
They're coming straight and hard. No fear of failure for Uganda. Brian Masaba has been playing that booming drive outside off stump. Not able to connect it since he walked in. He's got 15 runs from 13 balls. Could have been better for him if he had connected a couple of those. He only hit one that went for 4. This one, this time around, called wide.
And in this particular tournament, we've seen Brian batting very late in the order. Today he came in at number 7.
Brian goes, this will be very huge. Right into the store there. The dugout of Uganda is happy because they want to get something on board there.
The search party finds the ball quickly, but Brian Masaba walking across his stumps and picks that up from the off stump, creams it over long on. I think Brian has been looking for a big shot, and he finally got one. Oriki Day should have gone. There is proper backup. I don't know if he doesn't trust Kevin, but Kevin was standing in a position where he can be able to back up.
That is, you asked the question and answered yourself. That is the end of the 16th. 114 for 5. Another 24